Blender is free, open source, and responsible for 80% of late night coffee overdoses. But beneath the UI lies something darker. Well, welcome to the Blender Iceberg. It starts with donuts and ends with ritual sacrifices to the render gods. Let's dive in. Level 1, the tip of the iceberg. Everybody know Blender is a free 3D software. You open it, delete the cube, you panic, close it, and repeat. Everyone starts with a donut. Thanks, Enterprise. You made 12 years old feel like Pixar animators. So let's learn. Basic modeling? Check. Simple shading? Sure. Now EV renders. That's instant gratification. You orbit, scale, extrude, render. This is the honeymoon phase. Render feels easy here. Feels fun. Like digital Lego with prettier lights. But the cracks are coming. Because the deeper you go, the more Blender reveals its true form. Level 2. Pignet's hell. Modifiers. Still manageable. Mirror, subsurf, array, just click and pray. UV unwrapping. Your first real betrayal. Suddenly your 3D banana looks like a melted snake. But you actually wanted to make a rope. It's time for shaders and nodes. It's like algebra had a baby with spaghetti. And let's not talk about weight painting. No, let's actually never talk about weight painting. Now you start to realize Blender is not a tool. It's a multi-headed beast with beautiful UI costume. Just to seduce you. Level 3. The add-on awakening. You discover add-ons. Hard ops, box cutter, fluent. Suddenly you feel like Iron Man with Blender superpowers. But they come at a cost. Now you are watching 4-hour YouTube videos with synthwave music and zero narration. I'm not talking about me. You memorize hotkeys you will never forget tomorrow. Obviously. You subscribe to Gumroad creators like it's Netflix. You're not using Blender anymore. Blender is using you. Level 4. The node cult. Enter geometry nodes. No one asked for procedural modding. You never wanted to learn it. Actually, you never knew about it. But now it's all you want to do because it's fancy. You build cities with sliders, scatter trees with math, make generative art that makes no sense but looks incredible. You don't model anymore, you design systems. You probably started to whisper, attribute, combine XYZ in your sleep, and then simulation node drop. Now it's over. Your timeline is spaghetti. Your mind is a soup. You start recreating nature, ecosystems, particle swarms. You make procedural rocks, procedural clouds, procedural everything. You build worlds, but you lose your real one. Level 5. The render abyss. Fun fact here, actually I didn't know how to pronounce abyss and I looked at it on Google and see what it provided me.
We are looking at how to pronounce this word as well as how to say more interesting and related words in English, so make sure to stay tuned and consider subscribing for more learning. How do you say it? Abyss.
Well, I don't know who this guy is, but that's kind of creepy. Oh, let's continue. Cycle 6. It's fast. It's beautiful. Right? Obviously, that's a lie. Straight up lie. Because now you chase perfect lighting, now you want God rays, volumetrics, and caustics that make your GPU cry. You spend hours tweaking just a single frame. Then you discover denoisers, optics, composting nodes, you try them all. Your final image looks like shit. You zoom in and see those are fireflies. Level 6. The sim zone. Physics simulations. The forbidden zone. You try cloth, it glitches out. You try fluid, it eats your RAM. You try soft body, it explodes. Simulations are dark forest of Blender. Beautiful, dangerous, and occasionally they blast. But one day it works. You simulate smoke, it's beautiful. You hit render, and then this happens. Blender crashes. You rerun the bake. 7 hours. You forget why you started. You question your life choices. You bake again. Now you're one of us. You consider building a simulation PC from scratch. You learn about OpenVBD. You scream into the void when Blender says out of memory. Level 7. The VFX void. Motion tracking, camera solving, masking, green screen keying. You can create your own scene from Interstellar, or at least your cat jumping off the table in slow motion. You make portals, fireballs, energy shields for 3 views on YouTube and 1 comment which says fake, but it's too late. You have installed Noten. You know what a lens distortion node does. Now there is no going back. Level 8. The Sculptor's Curse. You open Sculpt node. You feel powerful. You add a multi-res modifier, Dynotopo, remesh. You start with a head, then a monster, then an alien, then Blender crashes. Every brushstroke is a gamble. Will it crash? Will it lag? Or will it remesh? You learn retopology, you suffer, you use retopoflow, it crashes too. Topology becomes your religion. Quads are holy, and guns are sin. You discover shrink wrap techniques. You retopo by hand, your wrist hurts, but you push through. Your model looks amazing until you try to rig it. Then it dies. Wow. Level 9, the rigging pit. Armatures, constraints, inverse kinematics. Your character moves, but also breaks every law of anatomy. You discover Auto Rig Pro. You think it will save you. It doesn't. You paint weights for hours. Your mesh still explodes. You scream. You rig again. And then it walks. It moves. It blinks. And you are now crying. Level 10. The Blender Elders. You reach enlightenment. You can script in Python. You build add-ons. You compile Blender from source. You know the difference between bmesh and mesh. You file bug reports and get responses from code devs. You are on dev talk. You use daily builds. You dream in matrices. You see the outliner when you close your eyes. You don't open Blender. Blender opens you. You don't press Ctrl S to save anymore. You press Ctrl Shift Alt F2. You don't even know what it does, but you press. And the final level, Blender Ascension. You have become a Blender god. You teach, you make tutorials. People ask you questions you don't know how to answer. But you don't panic, you invert answers, and they work. You don't use Blender to make things anymore. You make Blender better. You contribute to the source. You fund the Blender Foundation. Now you are writing Python wrappers in your sleep. You beta test experimental builds. You file issues on the Git. You don't fear crashes, you embrace them. Every crash is a lesson, every render, a prayer. You have reached the bottom of the iceberg. There is nothing left except Blender 5.0, which will break all your add ons. Welcome to Blender. There is no end, just more nodes.